It's October 5th, 2025. It's about 10:30 in the morning here in Golden Valley, Arizona. It's another gorgeous day. Riding up here in the BLM. It's OHV, the rent cattle here on this lease. And just practicing riding my 2024 Beta 300 RR Race Edition. Trying to pick up a little bit more speed. Definitely picked it up just on the flat roads like we're riding on here. Going over rocks and stuff. Uneven road through the gullies and stuff. It's really improved. I've been riding a bunch up in the mountains off trail, going over rocks and trying to figure that part out of it. So enjoy the video. I'll make some comments throughout the video on what I'm doing. This is a cow track here. There's not a whole bunch of single track up here. You get up on the other side toward Laughlin there is, but it's pretty treacherous ride by myself. I'm just trying to follow these cow tracks. I've gained a lot of speed through it also. I'm getting more comfortable on the bike. I bought a Beta 500 RS last year, and then I won this bike Christmas 24 from Morgan at Highland Cycles. He had a drawing and I bought 10 tickets and won this bike. And it's a really nice bike. It's really helped my riding out a little bit. The 500's kind of intimidating, heavier bike, a lot faster. This bike's pretty nimble, and I got the suspension dialed in for myself. It came with the Del Saggio Spears in the front, the 2.0s, and then KYB that Morgan had revalved in the back. And just my riding style, I stand up a lot, a little bit taller than Morgan. So once I got the suspension dialed in, this thing's really comfortable and easy to ride. Going up through the rocks and the type of riding that I'm doing here. Had a little front end issue, it wanted to wash out a little bit, so I just put a little bit more compression on the rear spring, and man, what a difference it made on the front end. It's really super stable. I can almost take my hands off the bars now. The bike just wants to go straight. Super nice. Plush to ride. I'm just riding right here, going up into the rock, hilly country. I'm trying to hit as many rocks as I can, just to get my balance better. Riding up through this area. There are some cow trails, but they kind of tend to disappear and then come back. I know a lot of people in my videos are like, "Oh, you gotta ride on the trail." Well, this is all open HF off-road riding up here, so you don't just have to stay on the trails. There's lots of mining going on up here, a lot of mining claims and cattle, lots of donkeys. So I kind of keep an eye on the cattle for the rancher. If I see one that's lame or off or something, or newborn calf, I'll take pictures and send it to them. Since I'm riding up here, I try to ride 4 or 5 times a week. Sometimes work cuts into that. It's another gorgeous day up here. Everything's starting to bloom, and we've got quite a bit of rain the last couple of weeks, so the ground's really good, not much dust. Good for the cattle and all the wildlife. Hitting some rocks here. Just trying to stand up, maintain my balance. I know guys have replied on my videos and said I need to go faster, and that definitely helps, but sometimes the courage isn't there as much as it needs to be. Go faster through this stuff, especially riding through the brush and the trail. You're not sure what you're gonna hit, so. As soon as you stop, I'm just trying to figure out which way I need to go. Working the clutch and the throttle at the same time, trying to feel the traction in the tire. I'm riding Mr. Wolfball's mooses on this bike, on the front and the rear, and I have bridged up tires on the front and the back, and they seem to be doing well for this terrain. That was something that was recommended to me. That seems to be plenty of grip, not losing traction behind up through the rocks and stuff. Sand's a little bit different issue, of course, but I've started to learn some technique in the sand when I'm riding in the sand, so that helps. I usually take this bike up to places that I'm not sure of, and then once I know I can ride it fairly easily, I'll take the Beta 500 out. Stillwell Performance, Kevin at Stillwell helped me out on the suspension on that bike, so it rides really well. It's super plush. It's got the Spear 3.0s in the front, the MX Tech National Shock in the back. It was pretty much like a death machine right out of the factory. I'm with the suspension on it, and I was getting ready to change the spring rings in it, and I talked to Kevin, and so he recommended those two changes, and that bike's stable as can be now. Just a little bit heavier. The torque's different on it, but the more I ride this bike, the more comfortable I get my balance, and that bike works really well. The only difference is that bike will tend to get a little hot because I'm going too slow. Once I pick up miles per hour on it, pick up the speed, then I don't have a problem. I last year when I got the bike in June, I'm 60, and I hadn't ridden since I was a kid, so it was a death. It seemed like a death ride all the time until I got the suspension fixed on it. Now it's super stable, and it's fun to ride too. I did put an extra fan on it that made a big difference, and put a switch on the light so that I can turn the light off, so I don't have any issues with the voltage. And, I can just turn it on, turn on the second fan, when it's hot out or when I think I'm going too slow, and that definitely helps. I did have an issue last year with the fuel wanting to boil, so I put the heat tape on the bottom of the tank, but now I'm riding faster, so it doesn't seem like it's been a problem, except it's a few spots where I get stuck and go up some rocks real slow. Here I'm just kind of riding through these canyons, just looking for some terrain to ride in that's not too difficult. I ride by myself all the time. I haven't run into anybody that rides up here. I hardly run into anybody. I think I've run into one motorcycle rider up here in over a year and a half. So see more side by sides, but in the summertime you don't pretty much see anybody. definitely keep more momentum up and go right over that stuff. Just coming with more confidence, learning what the bike's doing, feeling good, keep my balance. Really good area to ride in for that, especially for a beginner rider. All different kinds of terrain. There's fire roads that go up through the whole BLM. There's a fiber line that goes all the way through this area, and so there's a road that goes up over. You ride this pretty good road all the way to Laughlin or Bullhead City up to the top of the mountain, which is a good ride. So for that type of riding, it's good to get your confidence up on. I really enjoy this stuff, just picking through all the brush. This bike, yeah, when I got it, it had a little over 100 hours on it, so I put a new top end in it, and then I talked to Kelsey at RK Tech, and he suggested putting his head on it, so I put his head on it. That made a huge difference. It had S3 head on it before. It seemed fine. Morgan had converted it to 2 spark plugs back to the 1 spark plug. So with the piston and stuff, and the head looked really good on it. For the cylinder, I mean, everything looked good. So that's my first venture into doing a top end on the bike, but it was relatively simple. There's a pond right there. There's two holding ponds. They catch a lot of water. They were completely dry 2 months ago with all the rain. That one, they both filled up. The water levels gone down quite a bit now. At least the cattle have some place to go. I'm just going to follow this sand wash up for a while, see where it goes. I really had a lot of trouble before I got the suspension dialed in on this, especially sand and stuff. The front end would really want knife on me. But getting a little bit more weight on that front wheel definitely cured that issue. I run into a little issue up here coming up out of this wash. I imagine if I would have just carried speed and went ahead and went up this, I wouldn't have had an issue, but I slowed way down. You'll see what happens here in a second. But probably could have gone straight on that too, maybe. Do that little crevice to the right and probably just popped up out of there. It looked iffy too. I get the back wheel. gotta give you the same, so that you got buried. So I'm thinking about packing some rocks around there.
You're one and only. But would you say the tables finally turned?
That ain't working either. It's amazing how high your heart rate can get up riding the bike. I don't know if it's from fear or adrenaline or what, but I can get my heart rate up for 50 minutes. You know, 150. Sometimes it hits 170. Doesn't seem like you do that sustained on a bicycle or exercising. Now looking at that, if I could just gone straight easily enough, done right up out of there. Perfect for speed. There we go. One thing I gotta learn to do is especially when you're stuck. So much as hard enduro guys do, they make it look so easy. see those big mountains up there. You go to the top, you just drop over the bullhead. What's so nice about this, about the betas, is the luggability of them. I mean, they never foul a plug. You can, I mean, lug up anything on these bikes. You ride a lot higher gear, so you get better traction rather than spinning the back tire all the time. This is that fiber road. It's got some concrete poured where the washes come through, so I guess you can get to it anytime. There's signs everywhere. Not to all the grass coming up from the rain. Lots of flowers and stuff. It's the first year in 4 or 5 years that we've had a decent amount of monsoon rain. It's been pretty dry since for quite a few years. When we first moved here in 2014 until about 2018, 2019, we'd have torrential rains quite a few times during the summer season. But it's good to see everything greening up, especially for all the cattle and donkeys. Good time donkeys out here. Gathered a bunch of donkeys up last year. All the rancher was telling me, I can't remember how many, he said how many donkeys up here. Supposedly the Jennies, he said they've gathered them up and gave them a shot. Make them sterile, then they gotta give them 2 shots. So he said if you see a Jenny that's got a colt by her side, she's got a freeze branded number on it, and try to get a picture of it so they can come out. I guess they can put the second shot and they're sterilized. south. Not picking my nose here. Cow trail here I picked up. You can throw way down into this wash, across this wash here. Yeah, watch yourself up going up places, because all of a sudden up here it'll just drop off.
Well, I go zooming up that.
Just kind of looking up for way down.
There's a track down there.
This cloud behind me, that's how they designed me. Right when it's strange. Oh, I'm no stranger to pain. And
I'm experimenting with this voiceover, so I'm pretty quiet when I ride. I guess I'm scared to death the whole time, so I don't talk too much. This might be an easier way to communicate. Maybe let me know if you guys like it or want me to shut up. I can do either. Pretty country through here. When I get better, I can make it all the way to the top of those mountains up there. Those are good videos. There are no trails here. Backtrack this trail, come up the wash. I'm sure there's some pretty good rock ledges and stuff. The elevation changes so fast through here. There we're looking east toward Kingman. Kingman's up over those hills over there. This here's the black, they call them the Black Mountains. One's between Golden Valley and Laughlin.
That's the hill we were just. That was the hill we were just on.
There's another cow trail there. Lots of Joshua trees through here.
Really getting tired now. If that one goes up, I don't know where I'm going. Just hit those canyons and stuff by myself.
There's a choya there. You don't want to run into one of those things. Those cactus will stick you.
Like on mine. Take a lookie. So you started on. Nothing to see here.
But here I'm just kind of riding back, so not much to talk about or see here. Well, a lot to see, not much to talk about. If you like my videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, share the videos in the different platforms. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, X, Instagram, however many there are. And don't forget to visit my unsponsors. I'm not sponsored by anybody, but Rocky Mountain ATV. If you're looking for parts, they ship super fast. They got great prices, great customer service. Check out Highland Cycles. Morgan has some great videos on YouTube. Ride. He's got motorcycle shop pics and bikes and stuff. Great content. Lots of trips, a lot of motorcycle rides and stuff. He does a lot of bike builds. And don't forget RK Tech. If you're looking for a head for your 2-stroke or 4-stroke or snowmobile. And Del Saggio suspension. Stillwell, Kevin at Stillwell Performance. Especially if you live here in Arizona, he'll ship you whatever too. You can ship your stuff to him, but he does an awesome job on suspension. Help you long time after you've had him doing work. I mean, he answers any questions, especially stupid questions like I've had. So stillwellperformance.com and River Rat Motorsports if you're looking for motorcycle or ATV or side-by-side skis in Mojave County. They got 2 stores, one in Havasu and one in Bullhead. Great people to work with. They treated me right on the bike, made it easy, delivered it to my house, and then my mom purchased a side-by-side. So great guys to deal with. RiverRatMotorsports.com. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe.